Welcome to Harrodsburg, Kentucky. It's May 14th, 2022, and we are in the Harrodsburg Christian Church for the first annual Harrodsburg Model Train Show and Sale. As we take in the view of the train show, we decide to have a look around at the various model train displays, as well as items for sale. We here at Land of Tomorrow Productions love the Louisville and Nashville Railroad, so it makes us happy to see other rail fans at this show share some of the same love for the old reliable. We saw several interesting items for sale, including this bundle of all the Union Pacific Heritage units, this table full of various different model trains, including this Norfolk Southern SD40-2 that we actually ended up purchasing. And very interestingly, we saw this table full of interesting Chesapeake and Ohio memorabilia. Wanting to learn more about this vast collection, we asked the seller, John Cotton, for an exclusive interview. You got a pretty good Chesapeake and Ohio collection here.
Well, there's 60 plus years of collecting going on. Well, actually over that, probably closer to 70 or 80 years if I include my grandfather. So there's a lot of stuff here that goes way back. There's a whole lot here that's not here, a whole lot that I have that's not here. But anyhow, it's a lifelong collection, literally. A lot of it belonged to my dad, some belonged to my grandfather, some I've added to it over the years, but I'll be 60 short, I'll be 61 shortly, so like I said, there's a couple of lifetimes of people collecting stuff that we have.
And you said you got to work for them for a little bit, didn't you?
I worked on the Chessie Steam Special in '78, and I also worked on the 614 Safety Express in '79 and '80. I was a volunteer, worked on the Steam Special. I worked on the EM Primo, the concessions car, but I also worked with the engine crew doing maintenance during the week when we were not doing tours. We still have a lot of those guys that are still close friends of mine even now after all these years. That's been, so 1979, 1980, it's been a long time ago. But, a lot of us still stay in touch. My dad was the train manager for both of those engines, and actually was responsible for the 614 going into service after the 2101 burnt in a fire there at Kermigan. So anyhow, it was a pretty unique situation to be in. I've got some pretty unique items related to the Chessie Steam Special available still. Actually, I'm putting together a collection to send to the Casino Museum shortly. They're going to put on an exhibit for probably about a year or so.
Okay.
And, I may talk to your all's museum about loaning it to them at some point and see if they'd like to put it out. But we have a lot of pretty unique items, so it's a fun thing to have.
What would you say your favorite piece in your collection would be?
I know my favorite piece, but I'm not going to share it.
Okay.
I have a couple pieces that are fairly rare that are put away, but we'll just leave it at that.
Okay. And it's a pretty good turnout here today.
I have no idea how many people we've had, but they opened the doors here about 8:30 and it has been non-stop since the doors were open. I'm really tickled. John Perkins has done a tremendous job. He's, we've got about every kind of gauge layout here running somewhere as far as what people can see what they do. We've got about every gauge you can imagine on for sale here.
Yeah.
I haven't really had a chance to walk around because I've been busy ever since we got in, but there's a lot here.
Well, it was nice meeting you, though. What was your name again?
My name is John Cotton. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure meeting you, too.
Take care. Thank you.
You too. After the interview, we decided to take a look around at some of the other displays at the show.
think they're both going Ohio heavyweight there. That's nifty.
That was it.
He likes to watch on TV. Yeah, there used to be a whole bunch of cards like that. Exactly.
This whole set's
Pretty good turnout, ain't it, John?
Yeah, it sure is. I'm excited that they got a show here closer to Central Kentucky.
I know. It's about time, right?
Yeah, it's been really successful so far.
Yeah, right. So, after getting home, his wife said, well, they take him to the doctor. He said, no, I'll be all right. So they made an appointment with the doctor for a week after his interview. We went a week moping around. And I said, well, you need to tell me all about it like that. Follow my number. I said, Bill, you need they hooked him up and said, you've had a heart attack. And he said, well, I didn't have a chest pain. He said, you don't necessarily have to have it if you don't chest pain. So they said, we're going to send you to the Central Baptist Hospital. And he said, whoa.
These operating last night at 8 p.m.
It's called a screwdriver. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was in the national show in St. Louis.
Oh, really?
Buddy. And I heard they were painting my friend left.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, it's not there.
Oh, yeah.
I would climb up to 2 or 3 on the catch up when there wasn't anybody around this way. And I'd get me a draft chair.
They had their society was headquartered down at the Bowling Green station. Yeah, the 90 days,
Myself and Christian from the Rector Railroad decided to interview the creator of the event and our good friend, John Perkins.
59 cents.
Hello everybody, this is Land of Tomorrow Productions. We are here with our friend John Perkins, and we're just going to interview him today and ask him a couple questions.
Alrighty then. So, what inspired you to do this?
So, what inspired me to do this show was, of course, being in Central Kentucky, there's not many train shows. There used to be some in Lexington, but not recently. And, you know, driving 2 hours from here to Louisville or Bowling Green, it's, you know, out of the way. But having one in Central Kentucky, I just thought it would be a good shot. You know, try to spread the awareness for trains and all the model lovers, and, you know, just trying to get in that community.
So, how did you get the sponsorship from Berkshire Trains?
So, well, actually, I injured my hand probably about 2 years ago, and I've been going to therapy off Waller in Lexington since then, about 3 times a week. So I go to the train store off Rosemont pretty avidly, and I just gained a little business from him, especially since I do welding. I kind of trade off some welding work for some trains occasionally, and we just built the relationship, and thankfully he sponsored us and, you know, promoted the word as well, so hopefully that business continues.
Yeah, we've been up there a couple times. They're really nice guys.
Oh yeah, I like that store
definitely.
a lot. Yeah, it's pretty good.
What do you think your biggest goal with this show was, and do you feel like you accomplished it?
My biggest goal with this show is to mainly spread the awareness for the youth group. When I was in the youth group, there was like a handful, maybe 10 people, and after I graduated, there was probably, I don't know, maybe less than a handful of people, and I just really wanted to get the, you know, awareness out for them and hopefully grow the youth group.
How do you think the event turned out, and are there any plans for future ones?
The event turned out pretty good. My goal was 500, and we brought in over 1,000. So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was pretty good, and I plan to have it twice a year. Hopefully right before Christmas time, and then a little bit after February or so, kind of, you know, the downtime. But yeah, hopefully we'll have this event again. I think it turned out pretty well.
Well, thank you for having us, and thank you for the interview.
Yeah, thank you for coming out.
Yeah, thanks. It was honestly, it was a really great train show and everything. I know I've been to a few myself, so it was really good.
Yeah, well, I appreciate y'all coming out and supporting.
We decided to check out a few more of the displays before leaving.
I personally believe that the glass bottle coats are the best.
To me, they taste, you know, but having the aluminum part, it helps you also. To have it more accumulation. I need it. I need it more.
I got
might just get me some shots myself on Facebook.
You need to come out the house and get that set. The southern set I've got.
What's that?
That HO.
Oh, you still got it?
Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you again in the land of tomorrow.